Hi everyone, it's Rene. I hope everyone's keeping well and trying to keep upbeat amidst everything going on with COVID right now. Today I'm going to be doing the devotion. I'm very nervous. This is definitely out of my comfort zone. But I'm just going to share a story with you guys that gets me every time and gives me goosebumps every time. And it's the story of Joshua when him and the Israelites, with the power of God, were able to allow the walls of Jericho to come crashing down. This story is amazing. I won't be able to go through all of it, so I encourage you guys to read Joshua in the Bible, and you guys will find a lot of gems for yourself in this story. But I'll pick up just a few things that I want to share with you. So Joshua was the leader that took over after Moses had passed, and in the beginning chapters we see that God encourages Joshua to be strong, be courageous on a number of occasions, to not fear. It even says, God says, no one will be able to stand against you as long as you live. I will not fail you or abandon you. God says this throughout chapter 1 a number of times. So my first point for you guys is have Godfidence. Godfidence says, I might not be able to do something. I might not have the skills to allow this thing to come to pass. But with God, it's absolutely going to happen. So have that confidence, dispel fear, and have that courage to do the very thing God wants you to do. Like I said, guys, there's so many gems. There's even a part of the story where the priests are carrying the Ark of the Covenant across the Jordan River, and the river actually dries up so that the Israelites can walk through the river, which is an amazing miracle. But you guys are gonna have to read that for yourself. So if we skip to chapter 5, we see when Joshua has an encounter with the commander of the army of the Lord, which is an angel, and he's standing outside in front of the Jericho walls, and Joshua looks up and says, are you for me or are you against me? And the angel replies, neither one. And then he says, I am the commander of the Lord's army. Incredible. How amazing is that? Joshua then falls to the ground in awe of who he was standing in front of. And then the angel says, take off your sandals, because where you're standing is holy ground. So the presence of the Lord was there. Guys, my second point for you is when God says he's gonna do something in your life, he will give you signs to encourage you. If the commander of the army of the Lord coming down to stand and meet with Joshua was not a big enough sign, I don't know what else would have been. God will give you those signs to prove that his presence is there with you along the way. If we then skip to chapter 3, if we then skip to chapter 6, we then see where God gives Joshua specific instructions. He says, I want you guys for 6 days to march around the walls of Jericho, and I want you guys to carry the Ark of the Covenant with 7 priests, with the Israelites and those who are carrying arms, but I don't want anyone to make a noise except for those who are going to be blowing the horns for 6 days. And on the 7th day, I want you guys to walk around 7 times. And on the 7th time, the horn will blow even louder. I want you guys to blow that horn even louder and longer, and that's when you guys make a shout. And guys, that's exactly what they did. My third point for you guys is be obedient. It has never been cool to be disobedient, especially when God is calling you to do something. Follow his instructions and be obedient. I can assure you the story would have been very different if they didn't follow those instructions to the T. So make sure you're obedient. My fourth point for you guys is exactly what God said was going to happen at the very beginning of the story happened, and the walls did come crashing down in front of the Israelites and Joshua, as God said it would. Guys, you may feel like you're going around in circles. You may feel like the things which God has promised you isn't coming to pass. Just like the Israelites and Joshua, they had to walk around the wall 6 times before the 7th time, and before the 7th time of the 7th day, when the walls then came crashing down. You guys may be on your walk and you feel like you're in a circle. I can assure you what God has promised you will come to pass. Don't be discouraged by the journey and the process beforehand. Keep in mind that what God said he will do, he will do. Hope you guys were encouraged. Let me know what you think. And if you have any other gems that I've probably missed out, which is probably quite a few because I had to paraphrase, share them in the comments. Have a good Sabbath, guys. Bye.